Open the doors wide. So I was at the mall the other day, and I was walking around with my fly down, but this time it wasn't on purpose. So I went to the pretzel stand, and this woman in line said to me, she goes, "Excuse me, sir, the penis is out of the barn." So I was like, "Oh, okay," and I zipped up my fly, and I turned around, and I went to go order my pretzel. But then I realized, I was like, "Excuse me, didn't you mean the horse is out of the barn?" And she goes, "Listen, honey, I've seen horses before, and you, sir, are no horse." And then she jumped on her husband, he whinnied, and rode off into the sunset. I recently invented an after-sex mint for women who are cheating on their husbands. But they don't go in their mouths. Honey, your vagina smells amazing. Have you been chewing that new cheater's gum? The damn thing? Was that a Brian joke? Is a scientist and invents gum for vaginas? I was a fat kid growing up, but I always thought that sex was only for beautiful people. Like, because whenever we were watching Cinemax, the only people that are boning are Kim Basinger, Michael Douglas, fucking Mickey Rourke, the other girl from 9.5 Weeks. Oh wait, that was fucking Kim Basinger again, or some chick with big tits. But apparently, everyone can get boned. And I realized what the real trick is. And it's called alcohol. Now, for me, for instance, I start to become attracted around 2 bottles of wine, depending on what type of wine it is and how much whiskey I've dumped into it. But for those of you who need a little more inspiration, what you might need is something that I like to call Rufinol. Then I'm fucking Robert Redford. There's 2 guys who go, "Robert Redford, didn't he run for president?" My favorite inalienable right from the Declaration of Independence is probably the pursuit of happiness. Because I like to be happy. Which is true. I think the reason why I like to be happy is because when I'm happy, I'm really happy. I can't read my writing, that's why I'm having a hard time moving on from this one. Oh, certain things make other people happy. Like, for instance, some people like to go to the mall and stare at other people, and some people like to throw tomatoes down the escalator, and some people like to watch Top Gun naked in their living room while blasting Danger Zone as loud as possible. Like I said, happiness is different from everybody. I mean, it all depends on what makes you happy. There's no 2 ways to be happy. The only thing I ask is that you stop judging me just because I love Kenny Loggins and cocky F-16 fighter pilots. So no one's ever seen fucking Top Gun before. Jesus Christ! I did an Independence Day joke. No one's seen Independence Day. 2 days after Independence Day, no one's seen Top Gun. I love Top Guns. Loves it. Which brings me to my last statement. The word hope. Which is an inspiring comedian. Hope is important to me. But I mean, hope is different for everyone, similar to happiness being different for everyone else. Like, some people will hope, for instance, say if you're being held hostage by extremist Muslims and you're about to have your head cut off on Al Jazeera. Chances are, you're hoping that Captain America's going to bust down the door and save your life. Or, if you're a lonely girl in the Catskills at a dance, you might be hoping that Patrick Swayze's going to bust the door and pick you up and start dirty dancing with you in front of your dad. I hope that happens to me someday. That's all I got.